Welcome. We're here today to make a very exciting announcement about an economic development project that has come together with the collaboration of multiple stakeholders, which are all behind me, and we'll hear from each of them today. But we're here to talk about a multimodal transportation award announcement for $900,000 that was approved last week with the Commonwealth Financing Authority for a mixed-use development of residential, commercial, and office and retail uses here in East Pennsboro Township. Not only are we very excited about the jobs that this will create, the economic impact to the tax base, but then also the interface of multimodal, of trails, additional signals, additional on-site and off-site transportation improvements that are necessary to continue to fuel economic development, not only here in Cumberland County, but throughout the Commonwealth. So with that said, I would like to introduce, we have several speakers that we'll hear from this morning, but we'll start off with Senator Mike Regan.
Behind you. Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to my colleagues that are behind me for their support in this. I thank the commissioners and the supervisors for having the foresight to approve and support this very important project. I mean, it's great when state and local government come together on behalf of the citizenry, and I think that's what took place here. Thank you to Mark Simpson and John Murphy for their willingness to take the risk, the financial risk, to bite off on this huge project, which is going to be so great for Cumberland County, which, by the way, is the fastest growing county in Pennsylvania. It's no wonder. It's beautiful. Look at this. Great to be in East Pennsboro Township, a beautiful place. This is going to bring safety to the roads. It's going to bring safety to our pedestrians to be able to cross over a beautiful walk bridge to access both sides of the park. And the residents of this beautiful commercial, residential, retail project will have access to both sides of the road. I think it's fantastic. I salute all those who are involved. I'm glad for our little part of it. My staff worked extremely hard to make these funds available, and I'm so proud of them for getting it done for the citizens, and it's great to be here. Thank you very much.
Senator brought up a really good point. I mean, we worked very closely with our two folks representing us in Harrisburg, Senator Regan, of course, being one, and next up, Representative Greg Rothman. I mean, we worked very extensively with their two offices. They've been extremely responsive, not only on this project, but I would say on all projects that we come to them with. So we're very blessed to have two fine gentlemen in addition to the rest of our delegation that really help us out. But next up, we have Representative Rothman.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. And I want to personally thank Senator Regan because as I think everyone knows, this is a very competitive process. There are thousands of great projects that are submitted every year, and to be able to work with Senator Regan, and also I should offer gratitude to the chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, Stan Saylor, who represents neighboring York County, but really helped us out. But without Senator Regan, we couldn't have gotten this done. So this is a great project. We have a supply issue in Cumberland County. We don't have enough housing. I think that's a reflection of the down market we had in the last 4 or 5 years, and now that it's coming back, this will provide some supply too. It's exciting that we have these opportunities to grow East Pennsboro Township, which we all know how great East Pennsboro Township is, but it is because of the gentlemen here who represent, and the ladies who work in East Pennsboro Township and represent the township. So it's an honor to represent East Pennsboro, and I'm glad to be able to help out on this project, and it's going to be a great project. So thank you.
Next up, we have our two of our county commissioners that are here with us. We have Vince DiFilippo, and we also have Commissioner Jim Hersler, this is his hometown here in East Pennsboro Township. But our commissioners are great supporters of not only our organization, but the economic development of our county. And I think that's very obvious if you look at all the growth that's happening throughout the county. So with that said, I'll start off with the chair, who's Vince DiFilippo.
Thank you, Jonathan. First thing I want to say, folks, that our other colleague, Commissioner Eichelberger, sends his regrets. He really wanted to be here today, but he had an issue he had to address immediately. But, you know, I moved to Cumberland County about 30-some years ago, and the reason I moved here was to accept a job offer just a little ways down the road at Highmark Blue Shield, which was then known as Pennsylvania Blue Shield. And I recall back then the road configuration here was much different. It's much better now. And for years I had always asked, what's going to happen in this area over here? Well, we finally have our answer, and it's a good one. As Senator Regan mentioned, Cumberland County is the fastest growing county in Pennsylvania. And the East Penn Mixed-Use Development Project will provide new housing and also business opportunities. Through several surveys, including the county's most recent comprehensive plan survey, developing new recreational trails and maintaining our current trails was identified as a very important issue to our residents. In addition, attracting new business is also important to our residents, and to continue keeping taxes in Cumberland County is one of the lowest in South Central Pennsylvania. The East Penn Drive project meets all of these needs. It provides a range of pedestrian and bicycle trails which will connect with Adams Ricci Park and bring additional or allow the expansion of area businesses. The project will bring in approximately 200 construction jobs to the county and East Pennsboro Township, with an additional 260 or so jobs created as a result of the commercial, retail, medical, and office components. The total direct and indirect impact of this project is just over 390 jobs, with the total labor income of just over $23 million. And I know the engineering folks that are involved in this operation are top-notch. I've dealt with them for many years, and I feel this project is in good hands. And I want to thank, too, the senator and state representative and all of those who are making this project possible. It's a good thing, and I thank you.
Well, some of you maybe aren't old enough to remember, but in the words of the late Pete Wambach, it's a beautiful day in Pennsylvania, beautiful day in Cumberland County, and a beautiful day in my hometown of East Pennsboro Township. This brings to fruition some of the things that have been talked about over many years. I was privileged before I was elected county commissioner to serve as a township commissioner here in East Pennsboro Township for 22 years. And during my time on the Township Board of Commissioners, we actually doubled the amount of park space that's available to serve our residents here, which at about 20,000 residents, we're the second largest municipality in our fastest growing county here in East Pennsboro Township. Behind us is the first section of Adams Ricci Park. When I became a township commissioner, it consisted of about 40 acres. And then we proceeded to acquire another 40 acres. And across the way, we also acquired another about 41 acres. All told, this township park, Adams Ricci Community Park, is 125 acres. And we have in total in our township about 200 acres of park. And, that's important because it's about the quality of life. And while we grow and we expand and we attract additional business and jobs to our region, it's important also to think about the generations that come next. And this has been a collaborative effort over many years. I'm particularly excited about the fact that we're going to have the pedestrian crossing bridge, as part of this plan. We have some great events here at this park, this award-winning park, the Pumpkin Fest, the Emergency Services Carnival, and other events. And for the safety of our residents now, instead of having to have the traffic stopped and the fire police and everything else, that we're going to be able to essentially have this crossover, if you will, so that folks can get from the western end of the park to the eastern end of the park. And I think that's terrific. One of the things I also want to mention is that it's a little known secret in our community, but a number of years ago, East Pennsboro Township acquired, through a grant from the Harrisburg Natural History Society, a 14-acre parcel known as the Pine Hill Arboretum. And it is a natural preserve, and it's adjacent to the eastern section of Adams Ricci Park. So these trails and walkways that we're going to have in the new development is just going to make it fabulous here to continue to be a resident. So my hat's off to Senator Regan and to Representative Rothman for helping to obtain this funding, $900,000 for our community here. It's going to continue to make East Pennsboro Township and Cumberland County a great place to live, work, and raise a family. So again, my hat's off to everybody involved, including KDIC and our township commissioners, John Kunzelman, Charlie Gelb, and George Tyson, who are here with us today, and everybody who was involved in this. Thank you very much.
I think the commissioner really touched on it. To make these projects work, it is really a collective effort. We talked a lot about how our state senator and reps and their offices helped support, but a lot of this doesn't happen without local partnerships and local support. And here in East Pennsboro, it's one of our townships that we love to do business in. They're very welcoming. They think outside of the box, and they're very progressive. And I think that's a testament to this project as well. And so with that said, we do have George Tyson from the Board of Commissioners who will speak on behalf of the township.
Thank you very much. This is a great day. A lot of time and effort's been spent to get a project like this off the ground. I know that there are a lot of meetings, a lot of late hours, a lot of wish lists that the developers have looked at over time. And so this day is kind of culmination of all of those things. Like Commissioner Hertzler said, East Pennsboro is a great place to live, raise your family, and we want to share what East Pennsboro is like with other people that are looking to maybe move into the area or find a reason to embrace East Pennsboro the way we have. So on behalf of the Board of Commissioners and staff of East Pennsboro Township, we want to extend our sincere appreciation to Senator Reagan, Representative Rothman, and DCED for approval of this $900,000 grant. This grant for highway improvement, signalization, and the walk bridge will greatly assist in traffic flow and public safety. Public safety is a huge interest in this whole project here, in getting people from one side of the park to the other, as well as the project develops, making sure that those commuters that go by here are able to continue at the same pace at which they are now, and the new development is able to get in and out the way they would like to. All developers are faced with challenges on site development, and this is a demonstration of assistance and cooperation between various government entities and the private sector. I also want to thank the developer for their vision and decision to choose East Pennsboro Township for this project. Thank you all.
Another key partner and stakeholder in making these projects come together are our local chambers. Here in Cumberland County, we're very blessed to have 4 local chambers and 1 regional chamber that helps support the business community here. The West Shore Communities is a very vibrant part of our community, and the West Shore Chamber of Commerce plays a big role in bringing all key stakeholders together on that front. So our next speaker will be George Book, who's the President and CEO of the West Shore Chamber of Commerce.
I want to say thank you to all of those behind me. I think in a world where we live in now, where there's bickering and infighting and people not working together, this is a great collection of individuals showing what can be done when everybody has a single goal in mind, and that's the communities that we live in and the people that we serve. Everyone behind us, including myself, is a servant to the communities. We're doing our job to try and make it a better place to live, work, and play. And I think this is another opportunity that shows what can be done when we work together. Those in government, whether it's state, whether it's local, those of us in the chamber, the economic development world, coming together for the betterment of our communities is key if we want to continue to make this a great place to work and live. Cumberland County is growing quickly. Everybody has mentioned that. But how do we keep people here? Projects like the one you're about to see are going to be projects that are going to be extremely beneficial and extremely important if we want to keep our people here. So as a chamber, we're so excited to see job creation. We're excited to see our communities live and continue to thrive here. So we appreciate everything that's done by the gentleman behind us today. So thank you.
And last but not least, this could not be done without the private sector. In all these projects that we do, we try to integrate public sector participation and also private sector participation, and I think that's what makes this community continue to thrive. So with that said, representing 199 Associates, I would like to ask John Murphy to come, who is representing the developer of the project. John?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm really excited to be here today. I have the pleasure of being not only an East Pennsboro Township resident, but part of this project team. And this is a really great example of the team concept. All these projects require such an extensive team. Everyone behind me, those of you in front of me, it's just been great to be part of this process as part of this public-private partnership, and it's truly a team effort. And we also want to thank the Board of Commissioners of East Pennsboro and their staff, the county commissioners, Senator Regan in his office, Representative Rothman in his office, and all the other folks involved. Without everyone's input, we wouldn't be standing here today, excited about starting this new project. So once again, it's been a collaborative and team effort. I thank all those involved, and we're just happy to be part of the process. Thank you.
That really wraps up a lot of our comments today. I also wanted to mention that the Cumberland County Industrial Development Authority was the entity who made the application on behalf of the developer. Ken Tuckey is the board chair of the IDA and sends his apologies for not being able to attend here this morning. Just to kind of wrap up again, I think we're all very excited for this project. We're excited about the trails, the jobs, everything that was that plans to come along with it. So with that said, we'll wrap up the ceremony here. I know we wanted to take a couple group photos, so if you gentlemen can stick around just for a few seconds so we can get a couple photos. But I would also like to thank a lot of the people who are here with us as well. This was definitely a team effort, very collaborative, and a lot of people really played a very important role in making this all kind of come together. So we want to thank you as well. So with that, we'll wrap up, and thanks for coming out this morning. Thank you.